Mm. She said, "Dom, you sexy." I said, "Very." Okay, sorry. First of all, hello. We're back. We're back in the stew. We're back in the stew. It feels good to be home. It feels so good to be home. It feels even better to know that we executed. I had this idea of doing a 2 week Europe tour. I saw a couple other of the top streamers doing it, and I decided to just like step up and kick off my streaming career, my streaming era, which is something we're talking about today, which is eras, embracing your eras. But kick off my streaming era with a Europe tour, with an international tour. And the things that happened on this tour, the content that we got, it was both below expectation and beyond expectation. It was like, it defied my expectations of myself, of my team, of the world, of the country, of humanity, of technology, of everything. So today, I want to go over with you, first of all, like embracing your era. Actually, hold on. Check this out. Check this out. This right here, this is what I was using before to like organize my stream and what I was going to talk about on my stream. And it was going to look like this. And then Donia was like, Dom, it's boring. Like, nobody wants to look at this. So I had to jump into Sora and I generated some pictures. I want you to look at these and tell me if you like these or not. Okay, so these images are my generated images of how I'm going to present the itinerary of my live streams going forward. All right, check it out. So here it is. No way. No way. Hold on. Can you hear me? Oh, my check. My sound was down. Amateur hour. Amateur hour. My goodness. Oh my goodness. Yo, Digital Jeff, thank you, my brother. I appreciate you, man. Jeff, how did you hop in here so fast, bro? How'd you even know? You got notifications on, huh? Thank you. Thank you, fam. All right. Let me run this back from the top. I'm gonna run it back. Hold on. All right. Okay. We're back home in the studio. Here's what we did first, actually, when the sound was low. I gotta run these bars back for you. She came in the room, brought me berries. I hop on my yacht on a cruise, call me Terry. She said that I'm sexy. I said very. It's so huge, it's so scary. Okay. Okay. All right, that's it. That's it. I just had to run that back real quick. All right. We're back. We're back in the stew. And my sound is working now. My sound is up again. It's crazy that we executed a 2 week long Europe tour. And this tour was the kickoff to my live streaming era. And it feels so good to be back home, back in the studio. I feel like I have my like war station. I have my I think I have my, this is my headquarters. I don't know what else to call this. It's just I'm back home. I'm back in my home frequency and it feels really good. But what feels even better is to know that we went to 3 countries in 2 weeks, gave 4 talks live in front of like 12,000 people virtually, and then like I think 2,000 people live in the audience. And we executed. My expectations were so defied. My expectations were both under and over in so many different ways with content when it comes to my team, to technology, to me and who I even am. I learned so much about myself. So today, for the first stream back home, what I want to do is I want to review all of the content that we had. Uh, Not all the content, but I want to review some of the content that we went through. Like my favorite moments of the stream, my favorite moments of the whole Europe tour. I want to go over that. Okay. Two is actually, check this out. Let me get back in here. So this right here is the itinerary for the live stream for today. And this is how I used to do it. And Donia was like, bro, this is so boring. Like it's black on white, bro. Like be creative. This nobody wants to look at this. So what I did is I generated pictures of the itineraries, and I have an idea for generating a new picture for every live stream. So here's this one. All right, here we go. Let me show you these. Here we go. Okay. All right, here's the first one. How can I make it bigger? You see what I mean? It's these little things that you don't even recognize need to be improved until you start doing it. And then you're like, bruh. So here, I'm gonna open them all up like this. Here we go. All right. So here's the first one. How do you feel about this? You like this one or not? How do you feel about this one? Okay, here's that one. This is a man in suit teaching the monks. I don't know who's who here, but this is the itinerary. Okay, here's the next one. So this one's so fire. This one's so fire. If I could have a professional fashion show runway of my itinerary every single time, how hard is that? How hard is that? It would be really cool if one day this was real. And then like we have a runway show like this of the things we're going to talk about before the live show. That would be so hard. All right. Here's this one. I saw this picture of like this snake, and the snake had like this big grill, and I just thought it would be cool if it was the models here, but they all had grills and they were wearing the t-shirts. I thought it was fire. All right. I like the minimalist style of this. This is the Eiffel Tower because we were in Paris. But like, check me out. You know how Russ? Have you seen Russ's pictures, his album covers? I love how Russ does his album covers because it's consistent. Like his entire discography. Actually, that's not true. He stopped doing it around. When did he stop doing it? Oh, it's for all of his singles. So every single single he has, it's like this. It has like the why am I showing you this on my phone? Why am I not pulling this up on here? So you see how he has like every single one of his singles is this like symbol in the middle, right? And then he has his logo at the bottom. I always like that because it created this. It's a motif. I really like that, and I thought about doing that for my YouTube thumbnails too, but I just didn't know if it would kind of lower the performance of the thumbnails. So I'm still thinking about it. But if I was to do it, I like this concept. It's really cool. All right, check it out. Check this one out. All right, so each tattoo is one of the items that I'm going to talk about today. It's one of the pieces of content on the itinerary. Isn't that sick? So today we're going to talk about embracing your era. Then we're going to talk about, we're going to go through the best moments of the Europe tour. And then I want to talk to you about my editing process for actually finding those viral clips as I'm going through all the footage. And then how I find the viral clips using AI so that I can post and get the most out of the footage. And then this next one here is the ChatGPT 5 prompt template. I might have this in the beginning or the end. I'm not quite sure yet. We'll just see how my energy flows. But I thought this one was hard. And then we have this one too. This one is just more, it's massively friendly. It's very friendly. But it's the first time where AI has gotten my face at least 95% of the way there. So, all right. First, let's talk about embracing your era, fam. Let's talk about embracing your era. These glasses are me embracing my era right now. Donia's been in my chat blowing me up about these glasses when she was just rocking them for a week straight. Look, listen. I found these glasses for $12. 12 euros. I'm sorry. I found these glasses for 12 euros at a shop called uh what do they call it? Shade Shack. It's called Shade Shack in Amsterdam. And I was looking for glasses in Estonia, in Paris, in Amsterdam. Like all of them were so expensive. And I stumbled across these, $12, 12 euros. I had to hop on them. They honestly, the cheapest glasses I saw the whole trip were the ones that I felt fit my face the nicest. I just like the vibes. I like the vibes. It makes me feel safe for some reason to have these on. It makes me feel safe. More than that, it reminds me of my era of live streaming from my very first time in Amsterdam. And what I recognized is that I have actually been through eras of my life, and each one of these eras is like time stamped by my appearance and how I present myself. If you check it out, this happens. This is a phenomena. It's not really a phenomena because we know why they do it. It's a marketing tactic by some of my favorite artists. Check it out. So one of the most like prominent ones that is so easy to see is Tyler the Creator. Tyler the Creator has these very distinct visual personas and characters that he makes for each one of his rollouts. You see what I mean? So let's go to the discography here and check it out. So he has, can I make this bigger? I can. So you see how each one of these, he doesn't just change the sound of his music. He changes like how he dresses. He always has these like visual signature statement pieces that define how he presents himself and like the character of that time, right? Like Chromacopia had this like weird middle part haircut with the mask and the suit. Call Me If You Get Lost. He was wearing like these pastels with the hat, with that like furry, I forget what that hat style is called, but he had the shorts with the socks. This is when he did his Louis Vuitton collabs, and the Louis Vuitton collab even played into this style that he was in. Most recently on Don't Tap the Glass, he's wearing like a lot of leather. So in his interview with Apple Music with Zane Lowe, he was wearing like this whole blue leather suit and the red hat with the red shoes and the big ass chain, and had a mustache. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and then Igor, y'all remember Igor when he had the bob cut, the blonde bob cut. Every single one of these, like he changes his character, and you know, like he can timestamp the different eras of his life based on his character, right? Ye does the same thing. I want to even look this up. So Kanye West era, you can probably just put in eras. Yes, and look, does the same thing. And it's so remarkable, like you can even just color code it like this and you can still tell exactly the era that he was in for each one of these. You can turn it into a bear. That's how recognizable it is you can use the his dropout bear. For every single one, you know like how he was dressing and how he was presenting himself in each one of these eras. I want to find a better picture so we can pull this up. Yeah, this one's good. Let's look at this. You see what I mean? He had a different fashion sense, a different way of creating the character of who Ye is using fashion and changing his hair. And I just love that. Like I feel that. So when I was looking back at myself and my eras, I'm going to go to IG here. When I was looking back at my eras, we're going to talk about this later. This is the ChatGPT 5 prompting template. But before that, let's look at these eras, bro. Because Okay, so Agent GPT. This was the OG era that everybody knows me from, right? This is that original. This is like the college dropout of Mr. Grateful. And it's funny, even looking at myself like that, I can start to embody some of the characteristics of this version of me, of this era of me. And it's good to come back so that you can stay rooted and grounded in these original eras, but then allow yourself to evolve. So then I evolved into like New York era, which was time stamped by my braids. That's when I let my hair grow out. It was long enough where I could get braids, and I braided my hair. And then I was doing more like full body shots like this. So let me see. I might be able to actually go to all of my reels so we can see them. But you can see like I started doing more like full body stuff. So right here in AI, I'm in my full body. Then I come here, full body. Come here, full body. Right. Come here with AI picking my outfit. It's just like I'm in my braids. I set the camera back a little bit so you can see a little bit more of who I am. So that's why I really appreciate like being able to check out these eras. And then there's a big era that you guys didn't even see. I wasn't making content. I wasn't doing anything. I was literally just like um, I was on my own. I was defining what my next era was gonna be. And then now you see this era, which is like definitely softer. I went back to the I went back to it being more of just my face and directing the camera like this, with the warm lighting in the background, wearing my black again. Right, a huge statement to this new era is all black, whereas before I was really wearing a lot of creams. You can come back here to custom GPTs. I'm sorry, come over here to this one. I was wearing a lot of creams like this. Everything was cream. Everything was like, you know, light. And then I transitioned to something that was a little more dark and grounded, but felt more like how I feel on the inside, me. So now I'm looking at me and I'm thinking, look, I just transitioned into a new era of Mr. Grateful, uh, the live streamer, not Mr. Grateful, the sit in my office for 8 hours and edit one video that you're gonna see one time, right? I need to be monitoring my this damn chat. I got bots in my chat already. Oh my goodness. No bueno. So, I didn't even post that I was live, bro. Hold on. I have to post. I have to get in the habit of this. Which one do you like the most, though? This one's fire, but I love this concept. This concept is so cool. I don't know if I'm gonna get flagged for that or what, but the concept just matches me. I feel like it's just so fire. All right, I'm gonna go to Instagram real quick and post. That's why I started doom scrolling before. Is that I got on here to I got on here so that I could post that I was going live. Let me find myself on YouTube. All right, I'm gonna copy this. Oh no. I'm waiting on the latency to go away. Okay, I'm gonna get it. Now I can chill. Bro, move the phone. Move the phone out your face. There we go. Okay. And then I'm gonna post one of these. I wanna post one of these too. Which one should I share though? Oh, this one. Nah. Which one? That is so funny, bro. None of these are on brand for how people know me. It's just gonna be so shook. Like maybe this one. All right, here. I'll just click through all of them. None of these are on brand for how people know me. It's just gonna be so shook. Like maybe this one. All right, yeah. I'll just click through all of them. All right, and then I'm gonna share the Twitch link too. Bro, I need to be doing this ahead of time, man. I'm so sorry. Why do I not do this ahead of time? All right, so what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to get the links out for everybody to watch. Hold on. How do I get my? All right, bet. Here we go. Let me share. Copy the URL. All right, I'm gonna post this one to IG. Why do I not do this ahead of time? All right, so what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to get the links out for everybody to watch. Hold on. How do I get my? All right, bet. Here we go. Okay. All right. I'm getting Twitch out. Here we go. All right, bet. Lit. Lit. All right, beautiful people. Let's dive back into it. Let's dive back in. Yo, to the 3 grateful people pulling up right now, 4 grateful people right now. Thank you. Thank you for being here. You missed the beautiful intro. I had a lit intro, but it's all good. I freestyled and everything. But for the meantime, um, for the meantime, yo, Donia, thank you. All right, for the meantime, how I'm gonna start every single stream. I'm gonna start every single stream. Let me pause this real quick. How I want to start every single stream is with intention, and setting my intention. How I do that is typically with incense and with my gong back here. Uh, and I actually wrote an intention for you as well. It's actually in the description here. So, may this stream fill you with gratitude for where you've been, excitement for where you're going, and joy for the present moment. Amen. As this burns, that intention is going to radiate through you. May this stream fill you with gratitude for where you've been, excitement for where you're going, and joy for the present moment that you're in. Amen. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. All right. We're back. Yo, by the way, if you're in here, throw something in the chat so I know like you're in here. Who are you? Where are you from? Where are you tuning in from? Throw it in the chat so I can see you. Okay, that really helps me to connect with you, know who's here, so I can I can speak to you directly, so I know exactly who's in the room. When I know who's in the room, it allows me to be more of my authentic self, because I feel like the truth of this is, and it might not seem like this for you, but for me, I'm alone in a room talking to nobody. So if you're in here right now, throw something in the chat so I can talk to you. And you know what I'm saying? I know who you are. All right. My name's Donia and I'm from Egypt. Shout out Donia from Egypt. Egypt in the house. Well, I do like the candle vibes here. I might keep that right there. All right. So I already did this, y'all. I already went through this. Embracing your era. We already talked about this. If you want to look at that, you're going to have to like go back into the live stream. Second thing we're doing is let's dive into the best moments of the Europe tour. Off top, the best moments that I know that happened. I'll put this one on. Off top, the best moments that I know happened were one, the very first thing that comes to mind is riding bikes down like through the gardens outside of the Louvre. I don't know if you know this, but the Louvre is 750,000 square feet big. The Louvre is massive. It's blocks. Like the Louvre is not like, so before I always thought that it was just like this pyramid and like you kind of walk in. I had no idea. Once I'm there, I'm looking around. It is massive, bruh. Look, I'm going to show you. Hold on. Let me just pull up. Maybe I can actually pull up the content here. It was massive. It was blocks. I don't think you understand. Like it was blocks, bro. Hold on. Where is it? So this is, which day did we leave? I think it was on the 3rd. No. Yeah, it was on the 3rd because it was the day before my sister's birthday. Maybe I had these clips, and I did a dance move with the people with people outside the Louvre. It was pretty dope actually. But bruh, can I find it? Where are the images of the Louvre? Do we take videos like that? Nah, bro, I know we did. Maybe this isn't that day. Hold on, it might have been on the 4th. That's crazy. Or on the 2nd? Yeah. It was on this day. Okay. Bro, I have to show you how big the Louvre is. It's nuts. Actually, man, forget this. I'm going to my own channel. I'm going to the stream so you can see. Yeah, it was on this day. All right. So first of all, yo, being able to ride my bike, check this out. Being able to ride my bike through, it was surreal. God bless. I'm like, that's what I'm saying. There was nothing else for me to say. I'm like, God bless. That is incredible. Hold on. There should be, okay, here it is. So everything, that whole thing that you see, that big building behind me, bro, that's the Louvre. That's how big. No, this is insane. It's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Bro, it's like 15 to 20 blocks of art. 15 to 20 blocks of art. Excuse-moi. Can you, does that help you hear?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I think that helps you. Okay, you can actually hear it now. Bro, look at that. That whole area This
This
whole
whole
thing,
thing,
like
like
that
that
entire
entire
building,
building,
bro,
bro,
that's
that's
all
all
art.
art.
Crazy.
Crazy.
So
So
then
then
later
later
on,
on,
I
I
think I
think I
actually
actually
cut
cut
out.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
that's a
whole
whole
lot of
lot of
BRB.
BRB.
That's
That's
crazy. You
crazy.
should
Should
never
never
be
be
like
like
that
that
again.
again.
Never
Never
doing
doing
that
that
again.
again.
Wow.
Wow.
But
But
yeah,
yeah,
this
this
whole
whole
bike
bike
ride
ride
was
was
so
so
dope.
dope.
It
It
was
was
pretty
pretty
incredible.
incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like being
Like
able
being
to
able to
bike
bike
through the
through the
Louvre
Louvre
was
was
nuts.
nuts.
All
All
right.
right.
So that
So
was
that was
definitely a
definitely a
highlight.
highlight.
That I'm
That
gonna
I'm
have
gonna
to
have to
cut and
cut and
clip.
clip.
And I
And I
love
love
the
the
angle
angle
that I
that I
got
got
to. We
to.
had
We
to
had to
set up
set
this
up this
custom
custom
rig
rig
onto the
onto the
bike.
bike.
We
We
rented
rented
Lime
Lime
bikes,
bikes,
and then
and
we
then we
set up
set up
this
this
like
like
custom
custom
rig
rig
onto
onto
it.
it.
Put
Put
this
this
our
our
heavy
heavy
FX3
FX3
with a
with a
big
big
battery, a
battery, a
big
big
lens.
lens.
Like it
Like it
was
was
just
just
way
way
too
too
much, but
much,
it
but
was
it was
awesome.
awesome.
Um,
Um,
big
Big
like
like
streaming
streaming
pack and
pack
all
and all
that.
that.
It
It
was
was
nuts,
nuts,
but it
but it
was
was
so
so
fun.
fun.
So
So
that was
that was
definitely a
definitely a
highlight.
highlight.
Like
Like
this was
this was
amazing.
amazing.
Like
Like
look
look
at
at
this.
this.
This is
This
the
is the
entrance.
entrance.
Like
Like
as you're
as you're
walking to
walking to
get
get
into the
into the
Louvre. It's
Louvre, it's
nuts.
nuts.
Pia, how did you get? You got SpongeBob trivia. I
I
called my
called my
sister.
sister.
I
I
called
called
my
my
sister and I
sister and I
was
was
like,
like,
"Yo,
"Yo,
what was
what was
that
that
SpongeBob
SpongeBob
episode
episode
where
where
like
like
somebody was
somebody was
doing
doing
something
something
like
like
this?"
this?"
And she
And she
nailed it.
nailed it.
Like
Like
she
she
knows
knows
every
every
single.
single. Hold on, hold on.
Okay. It's not echoing anymore. Yeah, we're good. All right. So she knows every single line from SpongeBob, and like every episode. So I just called her up randomly, like, "Yo, what's that one episode?" And she nailed it. So anyway, this is what I thought the Louvre looked like. This is just this. You know what I'm saying? Just that pyramid back there. No, it's like 6, 7 blocks, bro. It's nuts. Um, so anyway, a lot of that. So that was crazy. But the thing that happened right after this, which was worse. Look at this. Hold on. Where is it at? I need to find this clip, bro. I tried to do a backflip with this dude was doing backflips outside, and I was like, oh, like I want to learn how to do a backflip. I need to find it. Hold on. Where's it at? Here it is. It might be this one. So I had an epic fail doing a backflip, bro. You have to watch this. Oof. Is that? Yeah. Okay. Here's the first one. Here's my first attempt. So I pull up and I see this guy and he's like doing crazy flips. So I walk up to him like, yo, can you teach me how to do a backflip on like solid ground? So, we go through the basics, right? I was okay. It's a solid jump. Cool. Got to take off my jewelry. I don't want to get snagged. Okay. It's just, whew. Okay, cool. Nice jump. That part, got that part. And then a tuck. So we got a jump and then tuck. Jump, tuck. Boom, right there. Jump, tuck. Easy. And then, whoop, and then just flip. All right, cool. He made it look so easy, bro. I got this. Let me just lace up real quick. All right. I'm working my way up to it. Yep. I'm getting my calves warmed up. Yes, sir. All right. And I'm like, actually, is it easier, bro, off the block? Because, like, I have more height. You know what I'm saying? He's like, oh, you mean, like, flip onto this? That was nuts. It was so smooth that it didn't even get attention. But me, I'm like, okay, let me try. I got this. I'm warmed up now. I know the steps. And my anticipation is so high that I got other people over here. Oh my God. Other people are taking videos of me. And I start to build like this little crowd. Look, she's stopping. Oh, what are they taking videos of? They start to stop behind me. Uh-oh. What's he about to do? Oh. All right. I got this now. Yeah, I got this. Okay. Whoop, boo, bow. Ooh. Bro. Landed on my face, bruh. Look. By the time I'm here, I'm already trying to find the ground. I'm upside down in the air. I'm trying to find the ground. And I say, you know what? It's gonna be best to catch myself with my face. It's the closest thing to the ground right now. I'll just catch myself with my chin. Boom. Ooh, bro. The Louvre had me ass up, face down. Oh, bro, right on my chin. Boom. Ooh. Look at the girl in the back too. She's like, oh, her mouth is open. Yeah. It did not feel good. But then you know what I did? I hit a Rocky on the ass. Get back up. It's not about how many times you get hit. Boom, and then does it again. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. Bow. On the chin again, bruh. And look, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people watching me. Watching me just bow. Ooh. I'm really happy they just kept walking. Yeah. So anyway, I'm like, bro, can you help me? Maybe it'll be easier if I get no. So then I had homie come up and help me. Hold on. Where's it at? Where's that clip? So it might be the next one right here. Hold on. Yeah, I think it's this one. I'm like, bro, please help. I do not want to break my face. So then he spot me. Hey, got it. Stuck it. But you see my chin all busted up. It turned into a scab. But yeah, bro. Moral of the story: get up and try again, though. Get up and try again. That's it. That's all it is. That's all it is. Get up and try again. So anyway, I gotta just get that out right now because what I feel like is one day I'm about to, I might see that. Yo, by the way, 2 new subscribers since I went live just now, since I posted the link. I love you. If you're on right now, thank you. Thank you. Like I said on my very first stream down here on this test stream, I don't care if there's a million people on here or if there's 0 people on here. I'm going to talk to a million people like there's nobody, and I'm going to talk to nobody like it's a million people. Always bring the energy. All right. Let's keep going through these clips. So that was like the moment that comes to mind first. The other moment that was really dope that I thought was amazing is that we actually had a grateful person pull up. We had grateful people pull up in Paris. We had grateful people pull up during a live stream in Paris. I need to find which night that was. Oh. Before that, I didn't realize this day was lit. This whole day was lit. So right after, is this what I think it is? It is. So on this same day, we had, where's it at? So on this same day, we got into what felt like one of the most exclusive clubs in Paris. It was underground. The line was like wrapped around the building on both sides. And we just bloop, walked in. And I want to have footage on how we did that. And I'm going to see if we did. So this is us. That's 3 a.m. So what is this right now? I think 3 a.m. is when we were heading home, though. So I want to find the actual clip of us like pulling up and getting there. That's at 5 a.m. Whoa. Oh, okay. Maybe we were out that late. That's crazy. Let me see. What is this?
That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy.
Are
It
we?
just goes.
Yeah, we're outside. Okay.
Oh yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on. We're outside, bro. The line is wrapped.
Let's see.
That guy right there is he used to be a security guard for an Emirati prince, and we pulled up, talked to him. He's like, "All right, bet, like slide in. What's good?" And we were looking good. You know what I'm saying? We were looking good. We just had aura, and it helped us slide through. Donia also, like, she just knows how to talk. I didn't have to say anything. She just walked up to him, started talking to him, chopping it up. And one of the main things you have to like realize too, if when you're ever trying to like get into a place, is one of the main things you have to realize when you're trying to get into a place is like it's like you don't need to get into the place. The place needs you in there, right? Because without you, they don't make money. Without you, they don't look as good. Without you, they don't have like, you know what I'm saying? We are contributing to their space by being there. We're contributing to them. We're choosing them. We have other options. We're choosing y'all. And it's important to have that mindset. It's not like, you know what I'm saying, get in like thirsty to get in, like, oh, how do I get in? How can pick me? You know what I'm saying? It's not good to have that energy because that's immediately how you don't get picked. Okay? How you get picked is, you don't need it, right? Like in the Tao Te Ching, it says like if you want, I don't know if it says that in there, but I just know this as like Zen philosophy. To have everything, desire nothing. Period. To have everything, desire nothing. And that applied here. It's like we didn't need to get in. You know what I'm saying? They needed us to be there. So, when we pulled up and we came through with that energy and that aura, it's just like, okay, velvet ropes open. And that was the vibe. Here we are. So here's the entrance into the place.
We just got into that real long line. We just got through that real long line with an invite from the front man with absolutely zero waiting in line, absolutely zero.
Hey, brother B, peace, fam.
About 30 words said total to somebody who does not speak English. Mm-hmm.
So right now I'm reviewing all of my favorite moments
Sure.
from the Paris trip.
Trying.
So this is what it looked like when you go in. So we had to go down like 3 flights of stairs. So it was pretty deep underground. Then we go in. This is what it looks like. It was dope. They had like deep house music playing. It was cool. What was so crazy and different about Paris too is that like people in Paris love the camera. Like they almost embrace the camera. They like having a camera on them. They like seeing that you have a camera on you. But when I was in Amsterdam, it was like the opposite. Like nobody wanted you to have the camera on. Like they were really like, yo, are you filming right now? Like if you're filming, you need to look the other way. Like don't have me in it at all. So people were not filming it. But you can see this place. It was pretty nice. It was good vibes, good lighting. Everything was clean. It was beautiful. Let me see if I can find some more clips from this because it was actually dope. What they needed to do, they needed to like turn that light from like white orange. They needed to switch that over to like, they needed to make that like, what is this? Drinking water in the club. Oh yeah. So this area was like really cool. This was like the main dance floor. That was sick. But crazy, actually. So Dietrich got we found a way to get a VIP bracelet for Dietrich, videographer, and he was able to get backstage. But I haven't seen that footage yet, and I think this might be it. Let me see if this is the backstage footage. It is. Oh wait, no, it's not. Hold on, this is still like in the crowd. Okay, good shots though, bro. Good shots. Really good shots. These are nice. We'll be able to use that for sure. What is this? Nah, that's when we're outside talking to the other bouncer. It should be in between that then, right? Did he did he get it? Maybe it was before. Hold on. Maybe it's this. No, that's Donia and I dancing. It was before this though, because he came up and linked back up with us afterwards. It might have been this. Yeah, it might have been these. Yeah. Good work, bro. Let's go. Got him. Hey. Yo, let's go. He got close. That guy's a vibe. He's locked in. He's dialed. Sparking up. Look at the smoke in there. Like, it is so smoky. Everybody in Paris, I won't say everybody, but there was a lot of smoking in Paris. It was crazy. It was crazy to see how many people smoked. It was so many people smoking that you thought it was normal again. It seemed like just a normal, like, oh yeah, people smoke. Like, you didn't realize, I kind of forgot that smoking was not a normal thing to be doing in 2025. Like, everybody knows how terrible it is for you. Yeah, good stuff, man. Good shots. Good shots. Yeah, this is nice. Is this you like, oh no, this is us leaving? What are we doing? Yeah. So anyway, yeah, this club was dope. But then we went to the next one, the one across the street. We were just like walking outside. We were gonna leave. But then this guy, hold on. Yeah, okay, so we're going into Sacra. This guy right here.
Dominic. Yes. Enchanté. Nice to meet you too.
This one was called Sakura, and it wasn't as like luxurious, but it was fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't as luxurious, but it was definitely more fun. Um, so once we got in here, they're talking to me about the camera and all that. He's trying to stop me, big man. But once we get in here, it was definitely more fun. I want to show you some footage from this place. Oh no. Oh my goodness. All right, yeah, don't you have me pinned. But yeah, this place was really fun. I appreciated this. It was very like, it was much more open, stroby. It was dope. So anyway, yeah, being able to get into those spots during the trip, it was nice. It gave me a sense of like what that scene was like in Paris. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a partier by any stretch of the word. Like, I like to do it. It's cool, but any more than like one night is like, no, no. I do not. I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? That was probably my first time at a spot seeing strobe lights in a year and a half. I'm just not on that club scene like that. But to see Paris at nighttime, we got to see the city come alive in a different way than what we were used to, than what we had been experiencing for the whole week prior. So that was definitely a highlight. Got to clip that up and like show what Paris is like at nighttime. I think I have some clips of me dancing and just being silly and stuff. So maybe I can find some clips in there, like, like, Dominic, Mr. Grateful dancing in the club in Paris or something. I don't know. We'll find some clips, but nonetheless. All right. Bet. All right. So what's next? What's next? Oh wow, Brother B's tapping in from Peru. Oh, Brother B, I know you, Brother B. What's good, fam? I remember, man. I forgot. Like, oh my goodness, just from the name, I for some reason it didn't connect. But from Peru, yes, my man, you're still in Peru. That's amazing, bro. Like, let me know. How do you feel? How's Peru been? I know that you were talking before about having like multiple projects going on at one time, and trying to figure out how to put them together, um, and like focus on the thing that you really wanted to do. So like, bro, tell me in the chat, like how is everything going, man? I really want to hear about everything that you've been working on. And I hope like mentally, spiritually, you're feeling strong and safe and secure. That's amazing, brother. Like, God bless. God bless. All right. So those two were definitely like those two moments. Like riding the bike through the Louvre was just crazy. I also hit this dance move. Hold on. Let me see if I can find the dance move I hit with the A. Here they go. Let me see if I can find the dance move that we hit outside the Louvre. So I had this idea that I wanted to create with Higgs field where it zooms in from the sky, and then we're going to hit this move. Yeah. So I had these like 3 people that I met like right there, or 2 people. And I was like, yo, pull up and let's hit the dance together, because I did it on my own and they were like watching me and like they had their phones out or whatever. So I was like, yo, come in here and do this with me. I think it'll be dope. So the idea is like we come down like this and then hit the Nokia dance. Hey, so here it is. Hey, hey. Yes. All right, bet. So the idea here is for, let me go to Higgs field real quick, show you. So the idea, oh wow. You can do draw to video now. That's awesome. In Higgs field. That's something that people discovered about VO3 a while ago. This is sick too. I want to send this to the twins actually, because this would be really cool to do for. This would be sick to do for their glove. I'm gonna send that to them. Actually, I'm probably just gonna do it and make some content out of it. But anyway, where's it at? There's like this zoom effect. Which has probably been played out by now. I gotta be honest with you. I'm probably late on it. By the time you execute something and actually get it out there, you gotta be quick. Like it's almost like by the time it's out there, it's already gone. It's the same with like stocks and trading and stuff, right? Hey, Moon said Moon said we've been practicing the Nokia dance since it dropped. Hold on, let me show y'all what I mean by the Nokia dance. This is what we're talking about here. I'm gonna try not to a boat ride in Paris with Steve Lacy is hilarious, bro. It's just like, is this okay to do? Am I allowed to show this on stream? I can, yes, because people react to stuff all the time. All right. So where's it at? Let me scrub to it. Yeah, here it goes. I just won't play the song. But yeah, this is the dance. It's coming up. Hey, there it goes. Bop. Bow. Bop. Hey. Okay, so that was it right there. So that's what I was trying to do. With the, here we go. Yeah. So the idea here is where's the zoom, bro? Why are they doing me like this? Hold on. Where's the zoom? Come on, zoom. Oh, they're playing me. They're playing me, bro. Visual effects. Here we go. Is there a zoom? Oh my goodness. Look how many. How do they expect me to be able to oh, here it goes. Earth zoom out. Boom. Here it is. All right. You see this? So instead of it zooming out, I'm going to reverse it. It'll zoom into me. And then it'll zoom into this like very top shot. And then it'll bop down just like this. So it'll be like right from the earth and then go whop. Yes. And then we hit the Nokia. Bow. Hey. There it is. All right, bet. So that's one of the ones that I'm going to do. That's one of the ones. Oh, I can play the song. All right. I mean, bro, okay, so look, here's what happens when I'm it like in my studio here, I have this like I can look at let me see. I'll go to my content here and go to the lives. I'll come here and I'll see like restrictions. It'll say copyright. You know what I'm saying? Like if I ever play a song, it'll be here. It'll say like copyright. Oh, but I guess the owner allows the content to be used on YouTube. I guess it's only if they don't allow me to use it on YouTube. So, um, but then this one, look, partially blocked. It said the video contains copyright material and it's been blocked in some countries, which is crazy. Like, what countries is it blocked in? That's wild. So anyway, sometimes I'm afraid to like, I'm afraid to to watch the content live, because I don't know if I'm gonna get clapped or if the content is gonna get taken down. But honestly, bro, it's probably not that big of a deal, man. It's probably not that big of a deal. Anyway, um, anyway, I want to share one thing I learned. One thing I learned about myself. Oh, brother B, amen. Grateful to say God is good, my brother. Amen. Still managing multiple projects. Good. Me too. Mainly retreats and content consultation. Spirit got me working. Hey, hey, Spirit is gonna have you working as long as you invite Spirit. I remember the moment I invited Spirit, immediately started to immediately put me to work in good ways, right? Um, bro, absolutely. Like pulling up to Peru is I know somebody who runs some retreats out there as well, so I would love to come through and like do a couple of retreats. Share what that process is like, and connect deep with myself, so that when I make content, I'm pulling up with a more authentic version of myself, and a more grounded version of myself. So definitely, I would love to come to Peru, bro. I'll put it on the itinerary. So one of the things I learned about myself during this tour was how I hold my face. And how I hold my face is a reflection of how I hold my mind. I was doing this thing, and I even catch myself. It's a habit. It's deeply ingrained. But one thing that's happened is like I have this like almost like this like I have tension right here. I have tension. And I'll be like this. It's like it's the tension that happens at the top of a smile, but if you drop the smile, it's still there. That's the kind of tension I had in my face. And it's because my mind, in my mind, I was feeling like I needed to present myself as somebody that was friendly and approachable and not intimidating and be nice. And I recognized, like, I talked to Donia after because I was watching myself on content, and I just noticed like these lines right here. And I'm like, bro, why do I look this way? Like, and I looked at her and I said, where am I holding tension in my face? And she immediately pointed right here. And I recognize it's because I'm trying to look nice and friendly, but what happens is it creates this snarl. And I said, why is this happening? And she said, it's because you're afraid for you. It's because you care about if people think you're nice or not. You're afraid of somebody thinking that you're not nice or that you're mean. And even with my voice, right? My voice being up here like this, like in my throat. All of this is it's protective behavior that I recognized. But I wouldn't have recognized that if I would not have put myself in a brand new situation around brand new people and then put a camera on myself. Doing that has forced me to see parts of myself that I never faced. And it literally, no pun intended, my face was showing me how I actually was feeling about myself on the inside. And I was feeling like I needed to present myself in a certain way to be accepted and to not rub somebody the wrong way. But I unlocked something brand new, which was I don't care. I don't care if you think I'm one way or another. That doesn't impact me because I know who I am and I know what my intentions are. So for me to position my face or speak in a particular way just to make you comfortable, I am restricting the enjoyment of my own life. And how often do you do that? How often do you manipulate how you show up in the world based on how you think somebody else is going to perceive you? Check this out. There are 8 billion people on Earth. Something like that is growing. It's probably closer to 9 now. Look, that amount of people, not every single person is going to view you the same way. And interestingly enough, you can have a group of 10 million people. You can have multiple groups of 10 million people, and they all know you in different ways. They all see you for a different version of yourself. And you can't control that. You simply have to live within the multiplicity of being a human being, the contradiction of being a human being. And you have to be able to present yourself authentically based on your own contradiction and multiplicity. That's just going to happen. It's like Snoop Dogg. Some people see Snoop Dogg as like the OG rapper. Some people see him as like Martha Stewart's cooking buddy. Other people know him as the Mountain Dew guy. Other people know him as the Skechers guy, right? It's like he has created so many universes where for people to know him is that he can't control how people view him. They're gonna find him through different routes of the algorithm. So, Dietrich, you're absolutely right, bro. For the shout out to this word of wisdom. Shout out to this word of knowledge. I'm about to switch mics here and turn it up on them. To a word of wisdom. To a word of wisdom. To a word of wisdom. I'm not what I think I am. I'm not what you think I am. I am what I think you think I am. Ooh. Ooh. Do I agree? Do I agree with this? Do I agree? I'm not what I think I am. I'm not what you think I am. I am what I think you think I am. Interesting. What if I don't care what you think I am? I don't give a fuck if you love me. I don't give a fuck if you like me. Yeah. What if I don't care? You feel me? What if I don't care though? What am I then? All right. I'm going to continue. I'm going to just let that sit and go on to my next I'm going to go on to the next clip here. What was the next thing that comes to mind that was awesome? Bro, okay. I have to shout out Jupiter. This was a grateful people. He pulled up. Grateful people pulled up. Grateful people pulled up. You understand? He pulled up. I don't know if it was this. I don't know. It could have been this. No matter what though, Jupiter pulled up. Check this out. I didn't even realize that somebody that lived in Paris was so tapped in that they got dressed, sprayed on cologne, called an Uber, and then pulled up at like 1 a.m. Check this out. So this was on, could have been on the first. Let me see. It was the day we went to the Eiffel Tower. No, this was tennis day. Tennis day was fun, by the way, though. Tennis day was so fun. Hold on, let me see if we have clips from tennis day. Tennis day was really fun. Give yourself a little bit of room, baby. See me putting in this work. Style. Look at the follow through. This is so ADHD right now, bro. I was supposed to be showing you Jupiter. My bad. Wow. Yeah, that single hand backhand on a blap. My fault. Too hard. I love her. Good, baby. We got 3. She was really not feeling good that day, and she still played with me anyway, so we could get like footage of us playing. She was a soldier that day. That was amazing. I love you, baby. All right, it wasn't that day though. Did we go to the Eiffel Tower the day before or after? Let me see. Let me check this day. No, this looks like Louvre. Maybe it was on the 3rd. No, I'm not seeing the Eiffel Tower here. Oh, that was Cedric Grolet Day. All right, let me check. Was it the last day we were in Paris? Bro, when did we go to the Eiffel Tower? 29th? Was it that early? Bro. 31st? Yeah. Okay, it was this day. First of all, did you know that the Eiffel Tower sparkles at nighttime? I don't know if you knew this or not, but it does. All right. Yeah, here it is. Look. First of all, that's Jupiter. Jupiter pulled up. So we're all at that's a crazy shot. That's a crazy shot, bro. Good shot, Dietrich. So first of all, we're hanging out at this is this the spot? So we're hanging out at this place. She looks so beautiful. Okay, here we go. So we're hanging out at this spot. It's like a speakeasy, but it looks like a what's going on, bro? Why is it not playing? So it's a speakeasy that looks like a dry cleaner, like a laundromat. And we pulled up. It's a laundromat. We have to get out. It is. Okay. I know so much laundry. All right, so we're in here. This place was really cool. It's a door. Trying to figure out how to get in. Oh, she figured it out. Here we go. So we're in this place, and while we're in here, somebody's like DMing us, and they're like, "Yo, like, just stay there, and I'll come to you, and like, I know what to do." And we're like, I don't know, bro. Like, I don't have security with me. I didn't bring security on this trip because it was my first trip. I didn't really think anybody was gonna know who I was. So I'm like, or not who I am, but you know what I mean. Like, I didn't think anybody was gonna recognize enough to want to like do anything crazy, right? Like, I didn't feel like really personal space only gets invaded when it becomes like mob mentality and there's like a bunch of people around you. That's when it gets dangerous. But really, like when it's just a couple people, it doesn't matter. So it was okay. I wasn't worried about that at all. So we were at this place and we're getting a DM from somebody like, yo, um, they're like, yo, stay there. And we're like, we're just gonna keep moving. I'm not gonna like change up my plans for anybody. Like, I don't know this person. It's kind of weird. I don't want to put my girl in danger. So I'm gonna just keep moving, right? But we talk about where we're going next on stream. So we pull up to this next place, which was like, it was like it was the, it was this. So we hopped in the car and it was the place where we can look at the Eiffel Tower. And it was beautiful. That was the moment right there where I should have kissed Donia, and I didn't. I should have kissed her like right there at the Eiffel Tower, and instead I was talking to ChatGPT like a dumbass. So anyway, um, we're looking at the Eiffel Tower. We we pull up inside. Right, we pull up, bro. That's Jupiter, and I'm like, yo, what's good, fam? Like, what's happening, bro? Jupiter ended up being so dope, bro. We had a whole night. We were overlooking the Eiffel Tower. It sparkles at nighttime, bro. Did you know this? Did you know that the Eiffel Tower sparkles at night? Check this out. Does your does yours do that too? Where like if you scroll with your mouse like this, it won't let you play it again? I don't know why it does that. Here we go. Le Jules Vert. Le Jules Vert. I was trying my best to learn French while I was there. It just wasn't. I thought it sounded good, and then I started watching my clips back, and I'm like, ooh, yeah, you still sound like Cincinnati, bro. But yeah, anyway, the Eiffel Tower sparkles. It looked incredible in person. It's beautiful. So anyway, is actually a very Jupiter's actually a very he's not actually. Jupiter is it's just actually because like yo having somebody random pull up, you don't know who this person's gonna be. But then Jupiter pulls up and he is intelligent, he's spiritual, he's in media, he's in tech, and not only that, but he has been to all 7 continents. Bro, he's been to all, hear me out, bro. He's been to all 7 continents, Antarctica included, right? He takes us to this spot called, uh, let me find it. Bro, we had a whole family of like 9 people take our Uber, bro, and everybody had to pile out. But anyway, he takes us to this spot called the Foot of the Pig. Um, it's like called like Pied du Couchant or something like that. Pied du Couchant. I forget how to say pig, but it's basically the foot of the pig in French. It's open till 5 a.m. Really good food, really cool atmosphere, open air. It was nice. This is the food that we got. Like, look at that. For 5 a.m., 5 a.m., bro. The best thing I get at 5 a.m. in America is waffles. Talking about Waffle House. In Paris, 5 a.m., this is what you get. Apparently, that's like expensive butter. So, bro, Jupiter has been to all 7 continents. He's also been to I think 9 or 10 of the wonders of the world. just like a really well traveled, really intelligent, really well spoken, really spiritual man. And what how that made me feel was that, and I want to like pull up the picture of him while I'm talking about this, the video of him. How that made me feel really is that like it was a testament to it was a testament to the type of people that grateful people are, right? The community of people that the grateful community attracts is people who are mindful. They create. They're creators. They're well traveled, well spoken, open to new experiences and adventure, open to exploration. And Jupiter was just like he was like the man that really it brought that to life because it is powerful to be able to bring people out in the real world, right? So how I see content online is I see like written content is like the most top of the funnel thing because you can generate written content really easily and like put it on all platforms. You can just hit like a like on it and nothing really happens, right? The next thing that I see is like short form content, and short form content allows you to then like get your thoughts out, just like brief, really high level thoughts. People can engage with it, share it. They can actually see your face. They can engage with you. They can comment and understand your ideas through that. But then long form content on like YouTube, that's the next stage of brand interaction. It's the next stage of relationship with your audience because it's longer form. And if you can have somebody stay not just for the 30 seconds or even the 3 seconds past the hook on short form content, you can actually get people to stay with you for long form over 15, 20, 30 minutes for a long form video. That's a crazy amount of time that somebody is like spending with you, right? And then you get live streaming, which is this. So if you're here right now with me live streaming, it's like we're having a convo. I wish that, the chat would get more active over time. You know what I'm saying? But for the time being, it's like it's so cool because we're kind of having a convo together. And um we're spending time live. This isn't something I pre-recorded. This is me and you like hanging out in one space. Uh so um the next level after live streaming is actually sharing the space, right? It's cutting away the screen and actually sharing one-on-one, not one-on-one, but like you're sharing physical space together. And that's in real life meetups and experiences. That's the peak of content creation, right? Is to get as many people in real life together as possible. That's why Kai and Speed, you know, uh, creating riots and mobs in like cities all over the world, that is powerful. That is powerful to have that kind of influence to pull somebody out of their day to day life and pull up on you in person. That's very powerful. So, one of the first times I actually experienced that in real life was on 19 Keys tour. When I met him out in Dallas for the tour to go speak, he was able to pull a live audience of thousands of people across the country. I mean, like in dozens of cities across the country, he can get people to pull up on him live. That is powerful. That's the epitome. How many people can you get to pull up on you in the middle of their day randomly in any given random city, right? So being able to attract somebody with such sophistication, intelligence, and experience and ambition and presence, groundedness, it gave me a sense of inspiration and hope, and achievement. Not achievement in the sense of I checked a box, but achievement as I see that we are attracting the right type of people, right? Into to be like this is the Jupiter is a person I would consider he's a grateful person. He's grateful people, and that's because of how he lives his life. It's a lifestyle, and what I'm saying, I would I'd make his shirt black, you know what I'm saying. I would put on I would change his fit and put some black on him. That's a prerequisite of being grateful people is wearing all black. You know what I mean? But it's all good. Nonetheless, um, man, he's a representation of grateful people. So when he pulled up and I saw him and like he just went out of his way to do that and connect, it showed me that the type of people that we're attracting is on the right track. And I'm very grateful for that. So that was definitely a highlight of the trip. All right. So I want to show you, I got through a couple of the highlights. You're going to see a lot more of them on YouTube and on Kick and all that. I'm sorry, on YouTube and Instagram. But other than that, the next thing I want to do is I want to show you how I'm clipping and how I'm finding my my clips. So one of the things that's happening here is I didn't realize how much of a business and how much logistics goes into being a streamer. It's a lot. It's very difficult to be a streamer. Um, yeah, bro, I totally agree, bro. Brother B, I totally agree with you. Live streaming is like the one thing that AI can't do. It can't really do that right now. And even if it could, it seems like still the same amount of effort as a person doing it. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's like, I don't know. I think even if, here's the difference between streaming and content, okay? Is that, and Jupiter is a spitting example of this. The reason why, here, let me pull this back up real quick. The reason why streaming is the only type of content that AI cannot replace is for one very specific reason. And it's because streaming is not just content. I'm not streaming here just for the content of it. I'm streaming for the community of it. The fact that you know that another human being is on the other side of this having a real experience, and I'm talking to you about my real experiences. I'm talking to you about my real mindsets, my real emotions, right? And then being able to communicate with you back and forth on that. It's about community. This isn't just about the content, it's the community behind it. And the fact that when I get off a stream and I go out into the real world, I can have a real person pull up on me like this. The only time I see that happening is one, I know that we can technically create AI live streams, right? Because there's already AI live streams, right? We have animations that kind of react to the chat and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You can put, let me just grab this. Hold on. We can go to Hey Jen real quick. And just this right here, this is a fake person talking. And you can create them off of, here's solutions. The platform, where we go. Because we have like we have live avatars basically. Where like these video avatars will talk back and forth to live, right? Which is really cool. So you could technically, I could have a live version of myself up here, like communicating back and forth off the chat, and then it's just constantly generating random things for me to talk about. I guess we could do that, and then we could then put that same LLM with all of the information about everything I've talked about before, about all the content that I've ever talked about, ever made, connected with, like, you know, all the information about everybody who's on live stream and stuff. We could put that into a robot, and then that robot can then pull up in real life and you can talk to it. That's cool. But I don't see that replacing anything that I'm doing because it's just another one. Like it's just another thing. Like it's just another type of me, but it's not me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's just like this is just a type of content creation that's too connected to the personality of the individual, not connected to a specific outcome. It's connected to the community that we build through the real experiences and then through being able to meet up in person. So that's why I feel like live streaming is the best type of content for future proofing yourself, is because we can actually connect like this. The huge problem with it though is discoverability. There is zero discoverability on YouTube. You guys have to turn on you have to turn on your notifications. You know what I'm saying? If you're watching this right now, turn on notifications so you know every single time I'm in here, you get a notification you can pull up. All right. But I have to post on my IG every single time I want somebody to come in here and watch. And what's even worse than that is that when I post on IG, I know what happens is that when you tap that button, when you tap the button, what happens is uh, it just goes into like a random, it goes into like a separate, um, it goes into a browser that you then have to leave and then go into YouTube. It's just like, it's not smooth at all. We need a solution for this. But nonetheless, the discoverability is really bad. So we need to find a solution to get more people into the stream earlier on, right? Because right now, running this with like 170 subscribers and 2 people watching, if I want to really like help people and make sure that I'm creating things that genuinely help, it really helps the experience with having more people in the stream so we can talk. So I have to solve that problem. But once we have the community in here and that energy is going back and forth, then it becomes super valuable, and it, you know, the impact of it multiplies. All right. So other than that, I want to talk to you about how I'm actually like editing all this content, right? So in Twitch, which is really cool, in Twitch here, at any time I can go here to clip, and then it's really easy. You just drag this. I can edit how it looks, right? So here's the first one. I can make that me, or I can do a split screen, and then it's this with this. And that's why I set up my stream like this too, so that it was really easy to clip. Doing the side by side, it's so simple, right? So that's how I have clippers clipping stuff in real life. As I'm actually as I'm on stream right now, there are clippers who are finding these things and clipping them in real time. It's probably who my one viewer is. But other than that, I have to then go back through all the footage as well and find out, you know what I'm saying, what clips are going to work and what's not. Here's how I do that. So one of the ways I do it is I will come here to YouTube, and all of my past streams here are under live. So this is everything I've done live, right? So what I can do is I can come into any of these, and I'm just going to do it live for you right now. So let me come here to, which one? The Mona Lisa day. This one was great. Actually, I'll go to this day. So this is the day we pulled up to Station F. So I'm going to I can come here to description, come down to show transcript. And what I do is I just copy this entire transcript. I'm sure there's like a AI way to do this or some shit, but just scrolling and copying it is just fine for me right now. I don't mind. So what I'll do is I'll take all of this, I'll copy it, and then I throw it into a Google Doc. Boom. 48 pages. Not bad. Oh no. Okay. At the very top, I'm going to name it with my file naming convention 2025 08 15. And then I'm going to title it. Actually, no. What day was that actually? This was August 4th. And it was called IRL Stream World's Biggest Campus, Station F. So I copy that. So it was actually 8:04. And then, whoa. Okay. Whoa. I got to make that smaller. That's way too many pages. All right. Okay. So then what I do is I download this as a text file. AI has a much easier time downloading or understanding plain text than any other format because it doesn't have to reformat the text. Each one of these document saving formats is technically a different language that the AI has to understand and has to translate into. So to remove that step of translation, having plain text is the easiest way for it to understand the information. So I'm actually going to save this into, I'll go to my live streams here, go into, go to live streams. I'll go to my tour, and then I'll find the one where here, and then I'll save it here. Okay. So then what I'll do is I created a project within, within ChatGPT, and I named it Livestream. And within Livestream here, I set files that this Livestream project can always collect. And it's all of my links to any of my social media. But more than that, it's the key takeaways of successful streamer video strategies and the live streamers' YouTube titles. So it understands how an AI or how the best streamers in the world are finding clips from their live streams and then titling the video. So based on the titles of, because this is what every streamer does, they have a long live stream, right? And then they'll clip that long 4-hour live stream into like, 6 20-minute YouTube videos, and then like, 20 clips, right, themselves. But really it's like thousands, hundreds of thousands of clips, because there'll be thousands of clippers finding clips. And anyway, how do I identify those though? How do I identify which parts of the video need to be a YouTube video or need to be a clip without literally me going through every single one? What I could do is I could use a tool like Opus, right, and just drop the whole thing in there. But that's only giving me like short form clips. I need to have clips for my YouTube as well, because I want like long YouTube episodes. So what I do instead is I will go here to, I drop in, I'm going to add photos in a file. I will drop in the entire transcript from that one video. And then here's the live stream video plan here. So I'm actually, this is how it looks before, right? So I drop this in, and then actually, let me just show you this whole thing. So this whole prompt here, as I said, I need to create YouTube clips, YouTube videos from my live stream. So here's what I need you to do. I'm going to give you screenshots of other famous live streamer YouTube channels. I need you to identify the content that they cut into YouTube videos and then look at how they're titling them. So you're going to review the transcript, identify the events that need to be cut into YouTube videos, timestamp it so that I know where to cut it, and then write the title for each one. Okay, so it's like, all right, bet, I got it. So I gave it a screenshot of all these different titles, and plus I copied and pasted it into a text file as well, so it was easy. And then it identified the title formula patterns, thumbnail style, selection patterns of content, everything. So this is one of the things that I copied. I turned this into a document, and then I saved it right here. These are the key takeaways of successful live streamers, right? Because I wanted to follow those key principles every single time. So then now when I drop in one of my, I already did this. When did I do this? Maybe I did. Is that from just now? No, I did this the other day. Interesting. I already did. Weird. I already did this. Okay, cool. So anyway, I'm going to drop in this this document right here. And, oh wait, let me see if this, yes. So I dropped in the text file of the transcript from this whole live stream, which is like 3.5 hours. Dropped it in there. And it's going to give me the exact same breakdown as it did for the last one. And then it's identifying exactly where I need to cut it, and then the title of that cut, right? Boom. So now when I'm in Premiere Pro, let me actually I'm going to open up a new project, 2025, 08, 04. Yes. And then I'll put the location. Yep. This will be in edits. Boom. The social media template so that I can use the, oh shit. I don't think it can contain emojis. Oh, it can't contain that either. Okay. Bruh. Come on now. Okay, here we go. So now I can pull, let me pull in this file here. Okay, content, live streams, Europe. Here we go. Boom. All right, so I'm gonna import this. I'm gonna create a, so these over here to the left, these are all the different templates for each different type of platform's content. So this is a YouTube horizontal. So I'm gonna duplicate that and then rename it. So this will be 2025 0804 YouTube cut 01. Okay, so now I can open up that sequence. It's already named exactly how I need it, and then I'm going to drop in the whole file here. Boom. This right here is now, that's my safe zone. So like where that's popping in and out, that's the safe zone that I can like edit in. I have two monitors right now though. I have this monitor and then the one over here to the right. What I do is I'm just gonna pull this over to my right monitor for now. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna pull it over here just so you can see it for the time being because I think it's important for you to see what's going on. So I'll just pull it in here for the time being. Okay. Yeah, that's cool for now. All right, so you can at least see what's going on over here to the right, like up here in the top corner, top right corner. So, uh-oh, I need to make this smaller. And I also have to pee so bad right now. Hold on, let me pee and then I'll come back. I'll show you what's going on. Okay, I'm back. All right, so you can see up here in the top right, this is where the content is that I'm showing you. But I'm gonna take this away. Everything that's like seen is safe space that, you know, the no text is gonna be on during a YouTube video. Anyway, take that away for now. Now what I could do is I can come back over here and I can say, okay, 0 to 0218, right? That's one of the clips. We also have 06 to 0641 to 0928. Our first impressions of Station F size and design. So this is a title. I'm gonna copy that and then I'll come back down here to Premiere and then I'll be able to clip exactly at that point. So it was minute 6, second 41 to minute 9, second 28. So I'm gonna go right over here to minute 6. You see what just happened though? See what just happened? Which is messed up. All that was cap. It wasn't even real, which happened to me the first time too. This is a problem I've noticed with ChatGPT 5 is it's been hallucinating really confidently. So down here even all of this was cap. It was just making stuff up with random timestamps, and I had to be like, bro, you didn't even look, you didn't even read it. Um, so I had to tell it again, like, no, you need to actually read the transcript, and then it started to actually like find the stuff, right? Or not. Bro, what? Like I'm noticing things in here that are right, but I also can't tell. I can't. It's like it's not totally accurate. Hold on. What the fuck? All right, so I'm gonna drop it in one more time. Add files is unavailable. Interesting. All right, I'm gonna just restart this and try again. So I'm gonna add another file, IRL stream. All right, I'm gonna say, um, find the moments to clip as YouTube videos using our key live stream strategy principles and the titles. Okay, I'm just gonna do that and then say, give it to me as a table with content, with a timestamp and title. And nothing happened. Let's try it again. Thought. Okay, reading documents. It's reading the documents now. Okay, good. That's actually doing that. I have to tell it though, like read, to tell it like think. Okay, so it's looking at this, it's reading. Okay, it's actually going through the timestamp, which is nice. Actually going through the real content, which is nice. Okay. Okay. So here it did it. Here are the strongest YouTube clip candidates from the Station F IRL stream following our title formulas. Great. We're live in Paris, headed to the. Okay, cool. really, I'm like, these are more like clips, not for YouTube, but these look like really short clips. Like next, like let's make let's make cuts for longer YouTube videos, not short form. For like long form YouTube videos, not short form. So, 5 to 30 minutes each video. Maybe even 20 minutes. Find find like the timestamp cuts for long form YouTube videos, not short form. So 5 to 20 minutes each video. Okay. So now it's going to think through that. Mm. Oh shit. Okay. So now it's finding proposing additional video edits. Okay, interesting. Bro, Kick needs help, bro. Kick needs help because it is constantly. Nah, Kick needs help. There's so many bots on Kick, it's crazy. It's bad. I need a moderator on Kick like ASAP. I need a moderator on all these platforms ASAP cuz this is nuts. I really love that it is like, okay, cool. I'm working on structuring the video. The segments might go something like this. All right, it's working on it. It's trying. Okay, awesome. Here are long form 5 to 20 minute cuts from the Station F stream packaged as YouTube ready episodes. I leaned into our key strategy principles: clear stakes, narrative arc, teachable moments, founder discovery, and payoff. Great. So this one is about 5 minutes. This one's 6 minutes. This one is about 6 minutes. This one's 5 minutes. That one's another seven. This one, okay, this is great. And then this one is longer. Amazing. All right, so let's see if this works. So what I'm going to do is I'll copy this. This is the title. And then I'll see here 24 to 710. So let's see. This is world's biggest startup campus question mark. Station F explained. All right, so I'm going to go here. That starts at, what was the timestamp on it? 24 to 710. So I'll come here. I'll go to 24. That's 24. So I'll make the cut. Boom. And then we'll go to, I'm going to just watch this and make sure.
Chat, we're live. Let's go. And today is August 4th. First of all, it's a very important day. It's my
Terrible
sister's
angle.
birthday.
Okay, it's a little
Everybody
better.
give a happy birthday, bon anniversaire to bon anniversaire to Sophia. I love you, P. Hope you have an amazing day today. I think she's turning 23.
What is this? There's a bunch of dead space right here. Oh, it looks like the stream got cut. Okay. So I'm just going to cut that.
Because we went when it was closed, but it's open now. So we're going to go look inside.
Actually, I can't do that because if I cut that out, it'll change the timestamp area. So I got to keep it in there for now, but I'll cut it later. And then I got to bring it to 710. Actually, I'm not talking there. So
We're headed over to Station F.
boom. So that's my cut. So what I then do, and this is just the first draft of the cut. This is just me getting like the main sections that I want to cut in. So now that I have this, I'm gonna label it red for YouTube, and then I'm gonna rename it, and I will rename it the title that it gave me. So world's biggest startup campus question mark Station F explained 1% equity AI hub.
Thousands of startups, investment, like investors, founders, government services. It's like everything that a founder needs to create a business all in one place. You know what I've heard.
Right. Okay. Station F explained. Perfect. All right, on to the next one. So we have 33 to 40:55. Adapt or die. Creator mindset plus my plan to regrow YouTube live en route. Okay. So that's 3:55 to 40:45. 33:55 to 40:45. 33:55. Let's find it. Here's 33:55. Boom.
Do at a high level. So honestly, I got to be honest with you. I'm kind of doing it. I've thought about this for the past 2 years. I was like, you know what I would do? I would just enjoy my life. I would travel. I would go meet people. I would try new things. I would explore, and then I would share that experience with the rest of the world. You'd basically be in like solitary confinement. You'd be in an open world, but it'd be the equivalent of being in solitary confinement. The human brain and so even though the use case for something in AI is high, it doesn't mean that it directly replaces the human equivalent to it.
Just a moment. I'll be right back. Oh, okay. I'm back. All right. So this was actually a lot of good stuff around here that I felt like needed to be.
AI is making being an entrepreneur safer than having a job. You're
That's a lot of cool shit that I'm talking about. I don't know why I didn't capture any of that. Hmm.
I would go meet people. I would try new. What would I choose to do? Honestly, I got to be honest with you. I'm kind of doing it. What you did right now was replaced with AI. What would you choose to do for that if you were to be replaced with AI? What you did right? No, I'm not with the whole. I don't genuinely believe that that everything is going to be replaced. Just I'm not with the whole. I don't genuinely believe that that everything is going to be replaced just because AI can do it. But it's a thought experiment that if you were to be replaced with AI, what you did right now was replaced with AI. What would you choose to do for yourself? There was no, there was zero profession on Earth. Nobody got paid to do anything anymore. What would you choose to do? What would I choose to do? Honestly, I got to be honest with you. I'm kind of doing it. I've thought about this for the past 2 years. I was like, you know what I would do? I would just enjoy my life. I would travel. I would go meet people. I would try new things. I would explore, and then I would share that experience with the rest of the world. I think this is one of the only forms of media right here, like live streaming is one of the only forms of media that really is going to have a really hard time being replaced because every minute that I'm sitting here talking to you, I'm building a relationship with you. It's happening spontaneously. I'm not like, this isn't being generated based on my algorithmic prompt of what I think of all the data in the world of what's going to perform the best based on your personality profile. Like, nah, bro, just adapt, read the room. Oh, all right. So that's the case. I'm gonna post on IG right now that we're going live in Station F.
Boom. All right, that's the other one. So I feel like it was kind of mistitled. Yeah, adapted. Okay, no, that's cool. All right, bet. I'll rename that. Okay, so do you get the gist now? Like, this is how I'm finding my video clips for YouTube, right? And I'm just going through and doing this for each one. So yeah, this is how I am finding my clips for YouTube. I'm literally just I drop in the whole transcript into my project here, and my project has all of the successful like strategies and the strategies for YouTube titles in here. So then I just drop in the transcript, and then I tell it that I want long form, 15 to 20 minutes each. It thinks, it goes through it reads the document, then it goes through each segment, and then it names it, gives me a timestamp. It looks through, figures something out, reads it, looks through, figures something out. It's like you can see. I think the best approach is to include da 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 da. So like it'll problem solve as it's looking through the content here, and then it presented me with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different YouTube videos I can get from this one like 3-hour stream. It's amazing. So 6 YouTube videos in 1 day of content. 6 YouTube videos from 1 day of content. And it's not overly produced. So the people actually that are watching it are having a deeper relationship with me over time. It's amazing. But it turns into a volume game too, right? Because none of it is like super highly produced. I'm gonna have to find ways to like draw people in with high production, with like higher production stuff. I'm gonna need just like a fucking banger editing team to be able to edit this stuff and make it sick. Uh, yeah, so that it's still awesome to watch. It's not just a bore and just like boring cuts of stuff. It still needs to be dope with like music, edits, intro, outro, you know what I'm saying? Just awesome stuff and like with like high quality B-roll, all that. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying, be like capable of making 6 of them in a day. That's still very important. So volume and quantity, like quality and quantity. That's the name of the game, and it's crazy. Like that's why people like Mr. Beast are worth $1 billion is because they have nailed quality and quantity at scale. It's a intense job that I see why AI is capable of coming in and like replacing a lot of shitty creators that aren't willing to put the time and the energy and the effort and the leadership into building a team to be able to execute quality and quantity at scale, right? I'm just working on the quantity part right now and hoping that my personality and everything is quality enough. But anyway, this is how I do that. And then I take each one of these timestamps, and then I come here and I find the timestamp, cut it at that time, and then I take the title, copy that, and then I rename this clip. So then when I want to come in here and actually just edit this clip, I right click and then I come over here to make a sub sequence. That'll create this right here. So then I can open it up and it's literally just this clip in its own sequence that I can mess around with. That's not going to affect this right here. So that's how that's the process with that. The very last promise that I made to you was, and let's check it out. The last thing I said that we would talk about during this stream is where they at, is ChatGPT prompt template. That's the ChatGPT prompt template. All right. So let's check it out. So this is going to be quick, but look. So as I was scrolling today, as I was scrolling the internet, I found this post right here by ChatGPT Tricks. Shout out ChatGPT Tricks. The anatomy of a GPT-5 prompt, right? Apparently, you do need to approach ChatGPT-5 in a specific way in order to get the best outputs. Now, a lot of people, if you look this up, if you look up like OpenAI, hold on, OpenAI ChatGPT-5 prompt guide, and you go into Reddit, it's a lot of people like, our model does not suck. You just don't know how to use it, which kind of feels like, you're just prompting it wrong. Um, People are like, we can't train our models anymore, but let us train you. It's just, Reddit trolling that you're going to see all the time. They always, um, ChatGPT or OpenAI always releases prompting guides with their AIs, with each of their models. If you want to, check this out. So OpenAI will drop prompting guides for each one of their models. This right here is the link for the prompting guide for ChatGPT 5, and I'll actually put it into the description here so that you can find it later. So I'm going to come over here to my YouTube studio, and maybe I can come into my. Can I change this right now? Let me see. Yes, I can. So here's the links. Here's the link. All right. So first one here is I need to actually have like off. That's what I need to do. Hold on. So this was the itinerary for today. I'll drop that in there. Whoa. And then here's the link. So this right here is the prompting guide from ChatGPT, from OpenAI for ChatGPT 5. So I'm going to copy this and throw it into the description here so you have it for later. And I'll grab this one too. So this right here is best practices from the OpenAI platform. And then this is the prompting guide from OpenAI Cookbook. Okay. And I'm going to drop both of those links into the description here for you to look at. Instead of going over this entire thing with you, I made this. So this right here is how you structure a ChatGPT 5 prompt. First is the persona, and not much has changed with how you need to structure your prompts. Every single model since 3.5, they pretty much offered this same formula. The only difference here really is I would say that within the like the guidance and the requirements, you can, and in the like relevant facts, like the context that you give it, it can handle so much more context than before. So one of the big things about ChatGPT 5, and I'll try to pull this up for you too so you can see it. We'll come here. So one of the big things about this, and let me get down to the actual graph here so you know what I'm talking about. Where's it at? Talking about safety. Oh my goodness. Okay, it's Chat GPT 5 context window accuracy graph. Yeah, here it is. Maybe. Bro, where's the graph at that I saw? They had it on their live stream. They showed it on their live stream. I don't know where it is now. Now I'm stuck and I have to find it. Hold on. Okay. Maybe it'll show it on here again. I think it was around, it was before they started coding. It was when they were just giving like a glimpse basically into, yeah, here we go. Here we go. Bro, I know I'm not making this up, bro. I saw a graph that had, it was showing how, oh my God, really? Wow. Yeah, I can't find it. There was this graph that was showing how accurate it is over long context windows. The thing is that ChatGPT 5 can contain a certain amount of accuracy, maintain a certain amount of accuracy with 256,000 tokens, right? So anyway, my point is that you can include much more context, meaning you can upload more files, longer text into ChatGPT 5 in order to get more accurate responses. Okay, that's the main difference here, but I need to find that graph. Okay, so how you structure a ChatGPT 5 graph is one, just by telling it who it is and then anything it needs to know about the task that you're giving it. The second is like, what is the task? What is it supposed to do? And then the third is um, like, are there any things it should not do? Or are there any things it really needs to like focus on during the task? The fourth thing is like, what's the process? So if something is really complex and you want it to like, if you so ChatGPT thinking has something called chain of thought, and chain of thought means that it moves from it will think through its process, and because it thinks through, one of the first things that it does will try to plan its approach to the problem that you gave it. Well, in its plan, it will give itself steps for how it's going to solve the problem. Instead of you relying on it to create its steps and its plan, you can just do that itself, or you can do that yourself. So instead, you can go in here and say, okay, I need you to do one, two, three, and four. This was an example. Remember when I created this, I did the exact same thing. So up here at the very top, I did that. I said, first, you're going to review the transcript. Then you're going to identify the events. Then you'll give me the timestamps. Then you'll write a title for each one, right? And I'm like, all right, are you ready? So that's an example of that. It's like you can give it the steps that it needs to take. And then the last is like, how should it be giving you the output? So for example, that's what I did here at the very end. I said, give it to me as a table with timestamps and titles. And that's what it did. Here's the table, here's the grid. And then on one column, we have timestamps. And the next column, we have the title, right? So if you want more detail about this, about how to structure the ChatGPT 5 prompt, we can look at this. So these are each of the 5 steps, but with more context around it and more detail, right? If you want to look at this as from an example point of view, this is it. So here's an example of how a ChatGPT 5 formatted prompt, formatted how OpenAI says to format it. This is an example of a ChatGPT 5 prompt formatted to OpenAI suggestion. First, the context. Context would look something like, you are an experienced marketing strategist specializing in AI startups. Okay. I have some beef with doing this. I still think there's a problem with telling AI that it is an experienced anything or that it's an expert at anything. How I would say this instead is I would say you are looking at this problem from the perspective of a marketing strategist specialized in AI startups, right? Because when you tell it you are experienced or you're an expert, something that's been found in benchmark tests is that it will actually have an overconfidence and it can increase the hallucinations by it believing that it's already an expert. Because when it believes it's an expert, it doesn't question itself. It's like if you tell yourself you're an expert, you're the GOAT, you don't question yourself. You just move and you move naturally, right? If you say you're looking at this from the perspective, okay, it'll look at it from that perspective, but it doesn't mean that it's like already an expert. So it has less of a chance of hallucinating and not catching itself. Second thing here is task. So what do you have to do? So create a 3-month content calendar for LinkedIn posts, whatever. Okay, cool. Straight to the point, you know how to do that. The third thing here is the constraints. So this is how the constraints are different from the task. This is the task of what it should do, but then here's the parameters or the boundaries in which it needs to operate. So they must target CTOs and founders, be 100 to 150 words, avoid buzzwords, and focus on practical AI adoption tips. So you see how it has different details about as it's doing this task, here are the constraints that it needs to operate within. And then here's the process. So instead of us relying on the chain of thought from the thinking model or the reasoning model, we're just going to tell it exactly how it's supposed to behave. So first, list the post titles with dates, then write captions, then self-check for clarity and relevance before the final output, and then finally provide the table in markdown format. Okay, so let's look at this. Let's just take this and let's try it. So we'll do a brand new chat. We'll go to auto, and then we'll just paste this in here. But first, what we're gonna do is I'll say, I'm only gonna put this in. This is it. I'm only gonna put the context in the task, and we'll see what happens here, and then how it changes as we change the prompt. Okay. So this is how it looks. I'm just going to show it to you. This is how it looks. I'm not going to, you can read. You see what's going on. If I see anything specific that I need to point out, I will. It structured this by months. 3-month calendar for LinkedIn. That's all it did. 3-month calendar. All right. So let me edit this. And what I'll do here is I will say, I'm going to take this process and the constraints out, and the output, I'm going to say provide the table like a calendar. It's formatted. Then see what happens. Okay. I don't like that. So I'm going to edit this and I'll say provide the table like a 7-day week calendar. Now here we go. Now we have month 1, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And now you can see how by simply changing these two things stayed the same. The context and the tasks stayed the same. but we changed the output format. You see that? Okay. Now we'll edit this, and what I'll do instead is I will then add in um, I will add in the constraints, right? And I'll say must target CTOs and founders, avoid buzzwords, focus on practical AI adoption tips. And then I'll say each day should only be 3 words. Now let's see what happens. Now each day is only 3 words. That was a constraint. So on Monday, I'm going to talk about automating data cleanup. On Tuesday, I'm going to talk about map processes bottlenecks. On Wednesday, I'll talk about prioritizing high impact tasks. On Thursday, I'll talk about test small models. It's pretty cool, actually. All right, I'm going to change this again because we also had the process here. So first, list the post titles with dates, then write the captions, then self-check for clarity and relevance before the final output. So that means I'm probably going to change this, and I'll say provide this as markdown. See what happens. And now it's thinking longer because we did give it a process, which is interesting. But I hope you can see now how simply changing like the context and the task stayed the same the whole time. And what most people do is they just put in this context and the task, then they don't get what they want, and then they're like, "Yo, like, why didn't I? It's not. I'm not getting the answers I need." Well, it's because you're still missing the other three, uh, the other 3 parts of your prompt, which is constraints, processes, and output. You still need to define like how you want it to give you the answer, and then the process it needs to go through to do it, and then what are these details that it needs to know in order to um, give you what are the details it needs to know as it's working through and solving the problem. One of the main prompting tips that I would give to anybody that wants more specific outputs, if you want more specific outputs from your prompting, one of the main things that you need to do is give your AI an example. That is so important, and it is not even listed here from OpenAI themselves. You need to give AI an example, and you'll see exactly what I mean. Like here, in the live stream video plan, it knew how I wanted, because like, bro, these titles are good. These titles are like really good. It really knows how to identify clips. It's really good at that. It's only really good at that because I gave it examples. This right here, this document right here. Hold on, let me open this up so you can see it. This document right here, look at this. And it has the views. So I gave it the exact title and the views it has and the timestamps and how long the video was. So like it has so much data on how it is supposed to be titling the content and what works and what doesn't based on the views, right? That like you need to give your AI examples. When you give it examples, then it knows what you're trying to mimic and what you're trying to do. It's almost like we used to do this in branding, right? If somebody like if there's a new client that wants a new brand, like they want their brand done, they want their logo done, whatever. I ask them like, what brands do you look up to? What are you trying to embody here? And when they give me examples, I get more of an idea of what they're trying to create. Same thing with AI. So I would definitely recommend, like always, give examples. Okay, it's still thinking. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's because it's creating it in Markdown, so it's like, sheesh, it's working. But anyway, yeah, that's the point. Y'all. Let's go. Let's go. I'm back home. Man, I'm so happy. I'm so happy to be back home. I'm so happy that you tapped in with me today. I hope you learned something. I hope you felt more connected to me. Um, I'm really grateful to be able to do this. I'm really grateful to be able to sit here and create content and teach and share my experiences with the world and with you. It's really a blessing. I'm so grateful for it. You inspire me to be a better version of myself. You inspire me to speak more clearly, to to find new ways to add value to the world. And I'm very humbled, and I am beginning something brand new here. And when I'm beginning something brand new, it makes me remember that I need to connect with the foundations and the basics and the principles of who I am as a person, and then build technique and experience on top of that. And I can only pray through the grace of hard work and dedication and commitment and persistence that I will improve, and that the whole experience will improve for you as well. So please, like, if you're watching this, hit like, please subscribe, and throw in the chat. What did you love about this? What did you want more of, so that I can improve and always create a better experience for you the next time? Thank you for tapping in with me today. Thank you for being here. It means the world to me. With love, with gratitude. Thank you. I'm Dominic, Mr. Grateful. Peace.